Welcome back. Glad you are here. I'm going to introduce you to Debra Krakow. She is a visual artist and a Renaissance woman. You are very busy, Debra. Welcome.
Thank you.
A visual artist, an amazing painter. You're an architect, and you work for the city in project management.
That's right.
Wow.
Thank you.
Do they all lend to each other somehow?
They do. I mean, being an architect is a creative design process, and I don't really practice architecture right now, but I think that design background definitely feeds my artwork. And the work I do managing construction projects for the city also depends on that architectural background, so yeah.
And when you have time, you decide to dabble in art. But very accomplished. You've been at this for decades, showings all over Ontario and in the US, and your artwork hangs in the homes and offices all over North America. Your show is coming up at Studio 22, Tuesday, April 12th. We're going to give you lots of time to get excited about this. Concentrating on your work with Horizons, that's the name of the show.
That's the name of the show. So this is my latest series of work. These have all been produced in the last 5 or 6 months. It's been a very intense period of studio activity. And they are mostly large, abstract acrylics. Some of them are as much as 6 feet wide. So when you stand in front of a painting that big, it really kind of encompasses your whole field of vision. And that's the idea of the horizon. So this painting on the wall sort of turns your wall into a horizon. And I think we're really drawn to this kind of expansive landscape. And I love the idea of abstract landscape as an artist because it gives me this incredible visual freedom. I mean, I can do whatever I want in terms of color, but as soon as there's a hint of a horizon line, it kind of grounds it in visual experience. People look at it, and even though it might be completely abstract, they see a landscape.
Well, we're just looking at some shots here. We just saw them. Your evolving style. You do real life. We saw some boats, we saw some ducks, we saw your daughter, it was a portrait of her. We saw some nudes of the contemporary art form of the human body, but you're now into abstract and getting away, it seems, from...
It's been a gradual evolution. I started out actually in School of Architecture doing life drawing. That was part of our training, and came to Wolf Island, was completely enamored by the landscape and did watercolor landscapes and farm animals. But was always very intrigued by abstract work, and it took a while to make that transition. It's kind of a difficult transition, and I think a lot of artists do eventually end up there. There's just more creative freedom doing abstract work, but I think it takes, having done figurative work shows in my abstracts. I think those years of painting real landscapes make the abstract landscapes more evocative, more real in a way.
What is it about India? You are heavily influenced by India. I know when Alanis Morissette had a weird situation going on in her life, she went to India and it renewed her, and she came back all creative, and something about India. What is it?
I spent 6 months last year in the south of India with my family. We rented a house and lived at the top of a mountain, and I painted outdoors. It was great. It's hard to describe if you haven't been there, but it is so different. It's a whole other world, and visually, it's so colorful. And so I think, yeah, as an artist, just getting that kind of range of visual experience and seeing the contrast between being there and then coming back here. We got back here in February, and the lack of color actually had a beauty of its own that I hadn't appreciated before. It's a funny thing, but just those contrasts are really stimulating, I think, when you're an artist.
Interesting. Did you fall in love with Indian food?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and everything we eat is spicy now.
Isn't that amazing? It's true about India. Once again, Debra Krakow, her exhibit is Horizons. Studio 22 is where you can see it, and Tuesday, April the 12th is the opening date, and it's going to be there for a while.
Right. It's up until May 15th.
Okay, and some huge pieces as well.
That's right.
Very nice to meet you, and good luck.
You too. Thank you.